I can't even think of the last time I went outside of myself and my own recognizance to solve a problem. And I
But
know who to ask, who to go to, but a true measure of a man is how well you can solve them by yourself. Remember, you are the head of a family. You're not
Trigger
supposed to
Mike,
be the one
Well,
crumbling
Mike,
under
that's
pressure.
you. Not every
For the
man
most
can do
part,
sorry.
that.
for the
No, but I
most
think
part,
it's
men don't. For the most part, men don't vent to women because women oftentimes do not have a solution to a man's problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So y'all mean to tell me a bunch of dudes just sit there and vent, and
I
you
would be
always the
honestly,
person in the house giving the solution?
I know they would come to me like, hey, like if they're having a problem with a woman, or if they're
Oh
having
yeah.
like certain things, like you can't say we're always the venters, because we're not. We have,
But
unless
were they
you have,
were they asking for a solution? Venting
yeah, like what do I
constitutes.
do?
No, I'm
What do
saying
I do?
venting constitutes not wanting a solution afterward.
Okay, right.
Like
I
my
think
brother, I was
sorry.
like my brother
Oh,
would come to me and like it would be like a situation with a chick that something done happened and I'd be like, bruh, she like he'll come to me, he'll tell me about a situation with a chick or whatever. And he'll just ask for my opinion because I'm a woman, I'm his sister, and our mom passed, so he can't go to mama. So I'm like the only one. I'm the only girl. So I'm the only one he can like just go to, for that type of like advice.
right. And when I was married, my ex-husband used to ask me for advice all the time regarding, like, financially, like I'm good with money. So certain things, like he'll be like, hey, is that a good idea to do this way? And like, I'm just saying, I think, but that's regarding to the note that was sent.
Trigger, I have a question.
So
Why is it surprising to you if a man like vents to a woman? Is that
It's a
surprising
very
to you?
feminine. No, it's a very feminine. It's a very feminine characteristic. I know that it happens. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me
What
wrong.
do you do if
But
you have a
what?
lot on?
What?
Hold on,
Well,
real quick. A lot on your and you stressed out. Do you talk to your wife about it? You married, right? You
yeah.
don't ever get anything off your chest with her.
Oh no, I'm super
How is that
traditional.
feminine?
So what I'm saying is, well, you got to understand if, like, let's say in this community, if 70% of the men that are alive were raised by single moms, many of them have feminine characteristics. So if you see it a lot, that's why. But from those of us that were raised, you ain't never seen your dad with a cup full of Hennessy sitting in the window just looking out of it. That's how men solve a lot of their
is
problems.
that a solution for mental health?
So this
So
is the thing. This is the thing
Right.
about
So
mental.
men
Hold
are
on.
killing
sorry, I think that's a
themselves.
Hold on.
problem.
I can handle this. I can
Men
handle
killing
this.
themselves.
Listen. Y'all don't realize that
Go ahead.
maybe we're talking to God. That used to be enough.
Oh yeah, that's enough. But
Okay. All right. So what
but
happens to
men
that?
always talk about mental health. They always
What I'm
say
saying is
you
that
are so
a true
stressed.
measure of a man is usually how well you can solve your own problems. I'm sorry.
No, I
It,
want to
it
help.
really should not require I can't even think of the last time I went outside of myself and my own recognizance to solve a problem. And I
But
know who to ask, who to go to, but a true measure of a man is how well you can solve them by yourself. Remember, you are the head of a family. You're not
Trigger
supposed to
Mike,
be the one
Well,
crumbling
Mike,
under
that's
pressure.
you. Not every
For the
man
most
can do
part,
that.
for the
no, but I
most
think
part,
it's
men don't. For the most part, men don't vent to women because women oftentimes do not have a solution to a man's
Yeah.
problem.
Men
A lot
don't
of
either.
times a lot of times whenever we ever get to the
What
point
men
where we
you?
have an issue to where we got to vent to show that much energy, usually it's a problem with such magnitude that it's out of your reach. And we would tend to go to our brothers or our father or uncles, another male figure for those
So
type
men
of
are
situations
incapable
because
of giving you
women
a
women women can be
solution.
very shady. And when you come to them and you show any sign of weakness, that they could use that against you in future arguments or any type of
Yeah.
clashing
Not
or
only
whatever.
so
Well,
the
who
reason
could those men that took their lives? Like it's so crazy. That's why I'm an advocate for men's mental
That's
health because
that's what I
I
just said.
I
uh,
had two
You
yeah,
know
so
what? You know
y'all
friend
why a
listen,
lot of
guys
those
that
y'all
men
that's
took
listen.
their
that,
life?
that
feminine.
I had
A
two
Hold
lot
on,
of
hold
friends.
on,
times,
hold
the
on, hold
reason
on.
why the man took their life is because a woman wasn't at the very point of
You
the
you
peak of
don't
the problem.
you don't know that you
One
can't
at a time,
say
y'all.
something
One at a time.
you just don't know because I had two college buddies. One was an athlete, both parents at the house, everything. Took his own life at
Mhm.
school. Like who can those type of men? Not
Why did he take his life?
Okay, so
and
yeah,
it's so crazy because
I
people just
think
be
you're
quiet.
conflating two. two issues. It's not really them not it's not them not knowing how to process their anger, process their depression. You're saying the only way to do that is to talk to
No,
a
I didn't
woman
say
or
just
vent.
talk to
It's
women,
not.
but I'm just saying,
It's
and
not. It's usually a lack of a critical life skill that was either supposed to be taught to them by their father. One of the biggest issues that people do with there are other things going on, right? If you have that type of depression, you're usually isolating yourself. You're not
like
even being open to a lot of
like
interaction from people.
like one of them, he was in a 2-parent home. All 2-parent homes aren't good homes. Some of
But
them,
most of them are.
most, but what percentage is that? Most of the time, daddy probably somewhere cheating. He gotta like he don't attend to his kids, and that what was wrong with this guy. Like his daddy was abusive to him.
Mhm.
So if I can just jump in. So I agree with what Trigger and Bruiser are saying, right? I don't think a man should be venting to his partner. It instills a lack of confidence in that partner. So I wholeheartedly agree. Now, I think, and I'm assuming, so the women can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think sometimes women hear that as that man is not communicating point blank, period. And I don't think that that's what Bruiser or Trigger are saying, right? They're not saying that this man doesn't communicate issues or sometimes counsel his partner for solutions, or that there's no communication going on about the relationship, everyday life, or things that the other person needs to be in know of. I just don't think it needs to be everything. The same way that I don't believe that women should be venting to their partner. I think that's something that they should be doing with their friends. Because again, I think that man has so many decisions he needs to make in a day, so many things that he needs to prioritize, that adding that burden can sometimes be a bit much,
So
right?
with her friend, talk to her
I want to
friend
know who Curves keep
about her
looking.
marriage.
Sorry?
Curves,
So
what you
you
got
saying
going
that the
on over there?
wife should go to her friends about her marriage or
No,
about?
I don't. Why would you need to be venting about your marriage
No,
if you're
that's
not
what
looking
I'm asking you because you saying that she shouldn't go to her man about
partner to
his
vent? No,
Oh,
to
vent.
vent, right? I don't think you should be venting about your marriage, right? Like if
Yeah, no,
you're just looking to get stuff off, like that doesn't really, you're not looking for a solution for your marriage, right? You're just
no, I
looking to
was just
complain.
asking, what can this woman talk to her friends about? Because you know,
Venting about work, venting about another girlfriend, venting about the children, like anything that you want to vent about that you're not necessarily looking for a solution. I don't think that should be done with your partner. I think that's too much of a burden on top of what that man is already taken on. The same way that I don't think that a man should vent.
I just feel like stuff like that shouldn't be promoted on like platforms like this. Too many men, too many black men losing their
but again, I think you're not hearing what I'm saying, right?
I think you guys are saying two different things. I understand what Mommy 3 is saying and what venting is. Like I think they're saying venting is like you're complaining, right? You're sitting there, you're whining or something like that. But I think Mommy 3 is mostly saying that if you have a concern, like something's bothering you, then you're more than willing to talk to your partner about it. So I think you guys, I guess it's important for us to separate what venting is to you, because I think you guys are looking at it differently. Like I don't think Trigger Mike and Inaz is saying that if somebody is struggling, not to speak with their spouse or not to seek therapy. So
JR,
absolutely not saying that.
Did somebody say something about suicide or too many people dying? I don't know which one.
Mommy 3. No, but Mommy 3, those issues that you're talking about.
Hold on. So somebody stated about somebody dying or people losing their life. Since when did women become concerned with that? Because from last time I checked, abortion was like the number one cause of.
I don't even.
I'm gonna stop.
You can take that conversation somewhere else because I'm different. You can't put me in the same category.
You wild out.
I mean, like he all over the place. It's so sad that you the type of man that would turn something to something. Like, what is you talking about?
Hold on, y'all.
Because earlier what Bruiser said was, we can't tell nothing to a woman because that woman would criticize you. Right. And
how can you get men mental health with abortion? That shit don't even go together.
So you didn't understand what I said.
I mean, I'm just saying, you saying that how you like, I'm speaking for me. I'm not speaking for other women. I'm saying why I am.
No, but this conversation was about for everybody, right? Not just us personally, right? It's about finding a solution that everybody can relate to.
But you commented on what I said, right? If you comment on what I said, you asked me directly. What do I mean?
I didn't say Mommy 3 directly.
All right, y'all. Let's simmer down.
That's what I said. You
Let's
said
go ahead
who
and simmer
spoke
down,
on
yeah.
death. You said who
Nice
spoke
try,
on
though.
suicide.
No.
And who
Let's go ahead and
spoke on
simmer
death.
down.
I'm somebody that said anything about suicide and death. So what is you talking about?
That's Musa right now, you guys.
Get on his ass, Mommy 3.
Hold on.
Get on him.
Stop instigating.
Stop instigating, Curve.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Hold on, you guys.
All right.
It's the light of mine. I'm
Man,
going.
these women want me, man. They want me. They want me.
Yeah, no, you won't. No, you want these
Now,
problems.
Mommy 3,
No,
I
he
do have
want these problems.
Mommy 3, I want. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
My bad. My bad.
I'm just trying to figure out how do we get here.
I apologize.
We were just talking about a solution to move on to the next topic, you guys. Let's remain in frame.
No, because that's what he want to do. He want to argue with women.
Hold
We
on,
talking about solutions.
Mommy.
We talking about solutions.
Okay, Mommy, I got it. I got it, Mommy. Mommy, I got it. Mommy, I got it. Thank you.